Hi guys! Tonight we're going to be covering how to create this simple but really effective Facebook cover. So come over to Designs. I want to thank Real Good Fundraising for supplying their branding for this tutorial. Totally and utterly stunning stuff that they do. You should definitely go to their website and check out their catalogue. So over here I've already got the elements for this ready to go. So this picture was chosen really specifically for Real Good Fundraising. So their target audience is mothers primarily. So I thought, well, as a mum, and I am interested in their products, so I am their target audience. I'm like, their tagline is junk-free fundraising. Oh, just want to get that right. Junk-free fundraising for healthier kids and a happier planet. And I was like, cool, that's what I would like. I would love to see junk-free fundraising in schools instead of all those chocolates. So I'm like, what would I want to see then? I would like to see warm tones in an image. I'd like to see a father and his daughter walking through nature. To me, that would just be the absolute epitome of what their branding stands for. So I was really stoked when I went to Pexel's website and I found this image. It is perfect. You've got that beautiful golden color over there, and you've got them walking hand in hand through nature. It's just perfect. So to bring that color out just a touch more, there's heaps of cool preset filters up here. The one I'm after is the really yellowy one, which is summer. Look at that. Just makes it so much brighter. Come over here and we make it. Now it would be cool to have all of them in the frame, but you have to work with the constraints of Facebook's dimensions, but it's still really cool like this. Cool. And now we come over and we grab ourselves an element, just a square. And I usually have the text and the color numbers I need ready to go when I'm doing this sort of thing. So clicking this box up here for colors, then putting the color code, also called the hex code, in here. And we have our yellow. Bring it over. Make it the full width. And you want to kind of have a fairly even amount of spacing on the top and the bottom. And now we're going to bring the transparency, the opacity, down to around about 75. Now, depending on your color and the image that you have in the background, yours might be a little give and take on that. But 75 is what works for this one. And you may have noticed, but you see how I've got the image right on the edge here, but it's kind of quite a lot over here. I may even end up having to do a little bit more. Now, that is for a very specific reason. You'll see when we get the logo in here. So, as usual, bring it so that see how there's that line going up through there? It's saying, yep, I'm in the middle. Now, if I had put this image in the middle too, see how the logo is now sitting like right over the child, and the child and the father are a really important element in this. So we're just going to bring them off to the side so that we can see them and we can see the logo. Now, in case you're wondering why I make everything central on this cover and why I'll be making things central on all the covers that are coming over the next couple of weeks, is because when you have a Facebook cover, this is what you'll see on a desktop. But, once you go onto a mobile device, phone, tablet, whatever it is, it's going to start cutting things off either side. So you need something there for desktop, but you need your core information to be in the middle so it doesn't get lost. So that's why we are doing that. And now I come over to text. And I have it ready to go over here. Now, I made the top line in all caps. And the font, which, again, I know I say this so many weeks, but I'm not going to try and pronounce it. And I have in my head for the entire time that I've been using Canva, whenever I've been scrolling through the list or whenever I've been using this font, in my head I've always said custard. So as far as I'm concerned, that's the custard font. I know that's not actually it. I know it's not. But in my head, that's how I've like come to label it. All right, so now you'll notice that I used the all caps, the AA button. Now, I could have just put this in here or typed it out in capital letters already, but if I wanted to, like, if I change my mind, I want to take it back down, I'd have to retype it. So being able to just click a little button, it makes it go, because sometimes you just want to see. Sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty nice in lowercase. Nope, that definitely works better in uppercase, and it's just so fast to swap between them. And it's also fast when you're doing this. I can click copy and take it off for the second line of the tagline. When that happens, you just push delete, there we go. And so it's just little things that make life a lot faster and a lot easier when you're working with things. Just bring that in just a little bit more, because you still want a lot of the picture to come through. And now a big thing when you're doing any design is the way that you do the spacing. So I want to make sure there is space at the top and at the bottom of the logo, and that this text is a little bit close together, and there's plenty of room at the bottom here. And just like that, it's literally that quick. You can come in and swap out this image. If you wanted to update it and put in another one with that sort of autumn color to it, or completely change your colors. If you're a completely different brand, you pop in your logo, you pop in whatever your fonts are that you like to use, change the color, change the image. This is incredibly versatile. It works for most brands. Just checking if that's wasn't 100% sure that was centered. I'm fussy that way. Cool. And over here, I've just got a little test page that I have, and you can see how awesome it looks once you get it up into Facebook. I highly recommend that you have a test page if you don't already. Mine's just called Winmill Creative. It's just an unpublished page where I put up things that I've done, just especially Facebook covers, just to see how they look and see if they sit right before I go making any changes to my main page. So there you have it, junk-free fundraising for healthier kids and a happy planet. Nice, vibrant, audience-targeted cover image that when you first go to their page, it's going to be really obvious what it is they do, because you can see their tagline right there. But all the colors and all the imagery really builds the feeling of what they're about and what their brand is about. So I will see you next week. We will be doing another Facebook cover, and hang out on Wednesday where you'll see I'll put up which one we're going to be designing, because I haven't figured out which one's going next yet. And stay tuned Thursday for when it gets published. I'll see you then.